नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am JVN Dr. Anamika Aherwal, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the subject name Open Source Technology. Now today's session is installing Apache on Linux HTTPD service. Now these are the topics which I have covered in this lecture. First, introduction, then install Apache HTTPD service under Linux, task, store files or upload files for your website, Apache server configuration. Now come to the introduction part. Apache HTTPD, it is one of the best, or you can say most used web server on the internet. Okay, so this HTTP server is a free software or open source web server for Unix like system and other operating system. So a web server is a domain that speaks the HTTPS protocol, a text-based protocol. Here I am highlighting this S, so this is text-based protocol. Previously I told you about HTTP, that is the hypertext protocol, of course, but here HTTPD. Okay, so nowadays you see HTTP S, then www, then whatever the site you want to visit. Okay, and then previously what we write it, http .www dot the rest of the site what you wish to access. So in this it is basically a text based protocol, okay, for sending and receiving objects over a network connection, right? This HTTP protocol is sent over the wire in clear text using port 80 by TCP by default. Okay, so through other ports can be used, of course, and there is also a TLS or SSL encrypted version of the protocol. These are the actually protocols. Okay, so these protocols are called as HTTPS, that uses port 443. Here we use 80 and here we use 443 by default. Okay, so in HTTP we use 80 and HTTP as we use 443. Okay, so the basic HTTP exchange has the client connection to the server, then it requests a resource using the get command. So we are using the get command to exchange this. Okay, so other commands like head and post exist also, but allowing the clients to request just metadata for a resource or send the server more information. Okay, so here get is used for the basic exchange data, and also other commands are also used or exist. This is for basically the clients to request just metadata, okay, to, or you can say send the server more information. Now this Apache feature configurable error messages, DBMS based authentication databases and content negotiation, right? So it is also supported by several graphical user interfaces, GUIs you can say, which permit easier, more intuitive configuration of the server, because more people like GUI based operating system because they don't want to remember those commands. If you go to the security side, then only we can use the Linux, otherwise the people prefers GUI based operating system. Okay, so because it is easy to use and easy to handle, anybody can use it. So in the process of HTTP exchange, the client starts by requesting a resource through get command. We can request, in our previous slide, get command is used to exchange this. Okay, so and then follow up with some extra headers telling the server what types of encoding it can accept, what language it would prefer, etc. Okay, if you want something extra, okay, then you follow this. There are actually some headers which tells extra information. Okay, so the request is ended with an empty line. The server can replace the status code followed by a list of header. If we put the request to the server, so along with that we put the list of headers also. So the content type header is a mandatory one, of course, which tells the client what type of content is being sent. So after the headers are done, the server sends an empty line followed by the requested content. Okay, so the length of this content must match the length indicated in the context length header. Okay, so the length header is what in this length of the context is indicated, but of course it is matched. Just like I am giving an example, if I am teaching this subject, if the content is not in your syllabus of this open source technology, means it doesn't match. Okay, contents are okay, but the in the syllabus that contents are also okay, but the contents doesn't match what your teacher taught and what is in your syllabus, but it should be match. Just because of then only you can go through the whole subject. Okay, so while the HTTP protocol seems easy at first, implementing all the protocol along with the security measure, support for clients non-adhering fully to the standard, and support for dynamically generated pages is not an easy task. Okay, because as previously we write the code on HTML, but through Microsoft there is a provision that no need to write the code. If you want to create a web page, you just type what you really want to be seen on your web page, like the text color, text like in table, in what color or in what gesture. So you just write there and it automatically generate the code. Okay, so in this that is why most application developers do not write their own web servers, right, but instead write their applications to be run behind the web server, like Apache HTTPD, implementing a fully configurable and extendable web servers with full HTTP support. Like I don't know whether you learn about cloud computing or not, but here I am just giving an example so that you can easily understand. In a cloud, we have massive data, you can say a huge amount of data, and it is not possible for us to store that data in our laptops, in our media, because if suppose you have a big company and there are a number of employees, so it is not possible to store all the data in that particular server. If somehow data is somehow the server creates problem or server fails, then the whole data whole data is lost. So what we did is, nowadays we store our information in the cloud. Okay, like if we are talking about the Google Drive, if we are talking about the Dropbox, if we are talking about the cloud, there are basically three services. SaaS, that is software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure, IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. Means all the services are provided by the cloud, or you can say just for understanding that the server, if from one data your server is lost, then immediately it can provide your data from the other side, because they are making the backups, or you can say clone of your software. So somehow if some data is missing, or you can say lost from that particular server, and then no need to worry about that, because there are number of servers through which we can store your data as a backup. But the thing is, you have to trust on data, because nowadays hackers are also active, so you need to take some extra precaution, you need to take some extra security, obviously. Okay, so that is why we implementing this, the fully configurable and extendable web server. Okay, so we just put there no need to go for creating the web servers. We just develop the applications that is behind the web servers. Okay, that is with full support of HTTP. Okay, so the functionality of HTTPD can be extended with modules, small pieces of code that plug into the main web server framework and extends its functionality. I think you know about module. Module is what? If you have very big project and it will completely about 2 years or 1 year, you can say it is a long period, so you have to divide that task, because it is not possible to develop the whole application for a particular team, or a particular person. So what we did is, we just divide the modules, so that just like for an example of a teachers, that the whole BCA 6 semester subjects is divided into number of faculties concerned, or you can say number of subjects is directly proportional to the number of faculties, right? So the thing is, subjects are distributed through number of faculties, so that it is possible to cover the whole syllabus, all the subjects in this limited time constraint. If the only one or two faculties are available for you to complete the syllabus, then it is, of course, it is not possible, or it is very tough to complete all the topics, or all the subjects, or you can say all the syllabus, right? So we need to take we need to go for the module. Okay, so after completing the module, we have to compile those modules, integrate those modules, and it will come into a final package, or you can say the application, right? So a default dependency of the HTTP package is the HTTPD tools package, right? So this package includes what? This package includes tools to manipulate passwords, maps, and databases, tools to resolve IP addresses in log files, to host names, and a tool to benchmark and stress test web servers. Now come to the install Apache HTTPD service under Linux. To install Apache server in Fedora, RHEL, CentOS Linux, please use the following commands. Okay, so in this $yum install HTTPD, to start the Apache HTTPD, use the below given commands. Okay, you have to write these commands like check config HTTPD on etc init.d/httpd start. And second is, what we have to do to install Apache server in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Here what I am saying is Fedora, here Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Please use the following command if you are using this. Okay, yum install httpd to start Apache /httpd, use the link, use the below given command. Okay. Now the third is to install Apache server in Debian Linux. Please use these commands. Okay, so there are basically three choices whether which server you are using, either Fedora, Red Hat or Debian. So whatever the server you are using, you use these commands, okay, to run. Now these are the tasks which you have to store files or upload files from for your website. First, you need to upload files at var www/html under RHEL CentOS Fedora Linux operating system, or you need to upload files at var www under Debian or Ubuntu Linux operating system. I think you have heard about Ubuntu Linux operating system. Okay, nowadays it is very much popular. Now come to the Apache server configuration. After installing the web server package group or the HTTP package, a default configuration is written to etc httpd config httpd.config, that is RHEL cent operating system, or in Fedora Core Linux is operating system. In this, if you are using Debian and Ubuntu, you use this one written on the server. So this configuration service serves out the content of var whtml for request coming into any host name over plain HTTP. So use a text editor such as VI to edit the configuration file. Okay, VI I told you about in my previous video. So this is all about this session. Now this is the question for practice. What are the tasks required to store files or upload files for your website? Thank you. This session powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.